Ah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin. A different kind of video today. Nothing to do with the news, no opinions really coming off the back of news that's been circulating around. I've taken a moment over the past couple of hours to really delve deep into who Clearlake Capital are. I think it's very important as a fan base, as part of the fan base, it's very important for us to understand who these owners are. Now, not going to delve too much into Todd Bowley, that we can do a separate video, but I think in everyone's lips, in everyone's tongue, we want to know a little bit more about Clearlake Capital. Because once we figure out who the owners are and what their remit is, what they really do on a day to day basis, we can start formulating some answers around why they're doing what they're doing at Chelsea Football Club. And then it really starts becoming a situation where you think it's not a coincidence how they operate, because this is how they've operated all along in other ventures. And ultimately, you have to ask the question once you do the research on Clearlake, why Chelsea Football Club? Why football? Why all of a sudden in a sports venture? Because from the research that I've completed, and literally this is just off the cuff, this isn't like something that I've done over days and days. This is literally going into Clearlake Capital's website, seeing their mission statement, seeing exactly what their responsibilities are and what their day-to-day remit is, what their business policy and their structure and the model is. You start getting into a situation where you think what you're doing is so different to what you're trying to do. Well, you know, why you're trying to get a football club, because it's something that you've never been involved in. This is totally different to what you've got yourself into. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's check out some of the information straight from their website, Clearlake Capital's website, and a whole heap of other bits and pieces that are circulating around Google itself. And it's going to help us understand who Clearlake is first, and then it's going to formulate, are they actually going to change anything at Chelsea Football Club? Because does it really fit with their policy? So let's get cracking into it, all right? Because it's going to make a lot more sense once we start reading and analyzing what Clearlake Capital is all about. This is literally, ladies and gentlemen, straight from their website. So if you go to their website, Clearlake.com, and you go to About Clearlake, this is what is said about Clearlake. Clearlake Capital Group LP is a private investment firm founded in 2006. So first and foremost, they're a private investment firm, right? Operating integrated businesses across private equity, credit, and other related strategies. With a sector-focused approach, the firm seeks to partner with experienced management teams by providing patient, long-term capital to dynamic businesses that can benefit from Clearlake's operational improvement approach. Now, this is a very important concept. This is how Clearlake Capital, this is their strategy basically. This is what they sell. So their remit, from what we've just read so far, is they go out there and they look for opportunities. They look for companies that they can heavily invest on and then provide their operational improvement approach to potentially grow that business and turn it into a far more valuable business to what they invested initially on. We're going to come back to the OPS in far more detail. Let's continue on furthermore as to what this business is all about. The firm's core private equity target sectors are technology, industrials, and consumer. So, here in itself, you have to ask yourself the question. And by the way, Clearlake Capital hold about 60% of Chelsea's shareholdings right now. So they're the majority shareholder. And their core part of their investments so far in their portfolio is based on technology, industrials, and consumer. So why football? Why sports? What do you have to achieve from sports? Let's carry on. Clearlake currently has over 90 billion of assets under management. Its senior investment principals have led or co-led over 400 investments and has deployed over 57 billion in liquid and liquid credit investments globally. The firm is headquartered in Santa Monica, CA, with affiliates in Dallas, TX, London, UK, Dublin, Ireland, Luxembourg, Abu Dhabi, UAE, and Singapore. So Chelsea was bought for roughly about 4.5 billion. They have a 90 billion of assets under management. You can understand how minute Chelsea is to their portfolio. Very minuscule. So when people say, they're not going to sell up, man, they're going to be sticking here long time. There are some quotes that I'm going to show you why these guys are so business savvy. They get into an investment already planning out exactly how they're going to get out of that investment. So forget about planning a contingency plan post investment. No, they've already got the plan of exit prior to entering that investment. So when you think about how small Chelsea is, it doesn't mean anything to them. They don't have any emotional ties with Chelsea Football Club. They can easily dispatch of Chelsea because it literally will mean nothing to their portfolio. But they definitely see an opportunity with Chelsea Football Club. And we're going to get to that. We're going to try and answer why did you buy Chelsea Football Club. We carry on a little bit more in regards to who they are. Clearlake is led by Jose E. Feliciano and Baghdad Iqbali, who have together built a team of investment professionals with a blend of sector and product capabilities through a history of long-term strategic partnership with management to transform and grow companies. The team has approximately 400 years of collective experience with a focus on complex situations. So, ladies and gentlemen, their primary remit is they go out there, look for opportunities in technology, industrials, consumer sector, and they approach, meaning invest in companies that they feel that they are able to provide OPS, which is operational improvement approach. Operational improvement approach. This is what they try and provide, to scale those businesses. So they invest in those business, they scale up those business, and then they potentially look for a greater return by selling off those businesses. Now, let's carry on and see what OPS is all about. Clearlake's operational improvement approach is OPS. It's a proprietary framework for active value enhancement in both traditional private equity and special situations, which generates creative solution to operational challenges and offers resources that small and medium-sized companies typically do not possess. So if you guys remember when Clearlake took over, Clearlake, Bowley with Elrich, basically, Bowley's company, when they took over, they were very big on data-driven analysis. These guys, they look for companies that have not utilized a lot of the management approaches, or they have not taken advantage of market analysis and market data and so on and so forth. So when they came to Chelsea Football Club, and I think it's well documented with all the owners speaking, especially Bowley and Iqbali and Feliciano, saying that they look at Chelsea and they go, wow, there is so much opportunities to scale up and do better in order to monetize and commercialize a lot of the things at Chelsea. Their mind just blew. They came to Chelsea and they're like, wow, this is just an untapped, you know, investment that has so much potential. And we've seen it. We've seen a whole heap of data analytics team come through to Chelsea Football Club. We've seen a whole heap of technological partnership that Chelsea have created since these owners have come in. So they see that there is a big opportunity to scale up on these things at Chelsea, who are not doing this. As you can see over here, it's a proprietary framework for active value enhancement in both traditional private equity and special situations, which generates creative solution to operational challenges and offers resources that small and medium-sized companies typically do not possess. All right. Now, operations. Let's have a quick read of this. Clearlake actively partners with management and other stakeholders to optimize operations post-investment. In private equity scenarios, this may include creation and execution of 100-day plans. Do you guys remember the 100-point plan? We see the 100-day plan, application of value-added reporting, budgeting, and governance processes, and prioritization and implementation of critical operational improvement measures. In distressed situations, Clearlake implements its objective by setting on formal or informal creditors committee with negative or outright control of the fulcrum securities. Post-restructuring, Clearlake is actively involved in implementation of improved cash and liquidity management, expense reduction, and capital investment optimization, vendor and customer relationship management, retention incentives for management and key employees, and optimization of the capital structure. Now, some of these things, are they not things that have taken place at Chelsea Football Club? Clearlake is actively involved in implementation of improved cash and liquidity management. We have done fantastically from a financial standpoint since these owners have come in. They know exactly how to operate and ensure that the cash flow is not in the negative. This is why, from a PSR standpoint, we've been fine this season. We'll find last season as well. They're able to sell, assets, pure profits through academy products, and so on and so forth. Player trades, constant player trades. Expense reduction. Our wage bill has been reduced massively. Iqbali has been quoted to say that he loves the Brighton model, how Brighton only uses 10% of their payroll to invest and have a successful mid-table, mid-tier business that is sustainable in profits. And capital investments optimization. So, we've invested on younger players a lot. We've also seen how Blueco was created, and whole heap of assets that were under Chelsea have been bought by Blueco. Vendor and customer relationship management, having that relationship with other clubs, Leicester, Aston Villa, Atletico Madrid, business relationships. I scratch your back, you scratch my back. I give you a player, you give me a player. Retention incentives Players can unlock more income, more salary based on whether we make it into Champions League or not, or hitting X amount of KPIs. We're not willing to pay you more. We're willing to give you bonuses if you do well. We're not gonna we're not gonna break our wage structure, our base level wage structure. So it's very, very interesting. Now, people. So obviously the OPS is divided into operations, people, and then S stands for strategy. People. Clearlake believes backing the right team is critical to investment value creation. Clearlake thoroughly assesses management as part of diligence and, if needed, recruits talented managers post investment to augment or supplement existing teams. Do you guys remember when we were first bought? Thomas Tuchel was sacked immediately, quite immediately, within the first 2-3 months of of the new ownership coming in. This is part of their strategy. Get rid of the old, let's bring in someone new, supplementing the existing team. Clearlake will also supplement portfolio companies' management or boards by utilizing members of its executive council to focus on specific value creation drivers. So, what's a value creation driver in my particular opinion? Young players. This model, Clearlake Capital as a whole, ladies and gentlemen, focuses on opportunities. As we've already mentioned, opportunities in consumer sector, technology, industrial. They like opportunities. Buying something for reasonably cheap and then able to sell that for a high amount of money down the track. This is their model. This is how they've made billions. This is how they have billions in asset management. So this council to focus on specific value creation drivers. This is why it's not a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen, when people say, get rid of the sporting directors. There's a reason why these specific sporting directors are here. There's a specific reason for it. It's because these sporting directors, they have their expertise in finding gems. They don't have the expertise to building a squad to win something, because their CVs say that Paul Winstanley has not won anything at Brighton. He wasn't even a sporting director there. Lawrence Stewart hasn't won anything in Monaco. I don't even think he was a sporting director there either. But both of these individuals are able to find specific value creation drivers, which is young players. Young players, opportunities, which we can down the track grow the value of this player, which becomes part of the balance sheet, which makes it a healthy balance sheet. And then potentially down the track, you may even sell them. And you basically reap the benefits of the profit. Clearlake aligns incentives with management through performance-based compensation, including annual incentive and equity plans. Importantly, Clearlake investment professionals build deep, hands-on relationships with portfolio companies that engender collaboration, transparency, and communication, supplemented by clear governance and reporting guidelines. You guys remember when Clearlake came in, they wanted a clear line of authority, collaboration. Manager needs to collaborate with the owners. Owners will collaborate with the manager. Manager will collaborate with the sporting director, so on and so forth. Collaboration at every level. So they're aligned. Everyone is aligned as to what the objective is, and no one's going out there and doing their own thing. So when Enzo Maresca says the things he's saying in the press conference, and this is what I want to say to people, Enzo Maresca is not saying things on his own accord. He is saying things that he's been told to say. So when we then see journalists and players say otherwise, I don't know if that's actually coming directly from the owners or not, or that's coming from other individuals that are employees of Chelsea Football Club. And players, obviously, giving out their own opinions too. But Don't for a second think the stuff that Enzo Maresca says in the press conference is him just sprouting out his own information. No, because if that's what he does, he's not going to be part of Chelsea Football Club. You've got to align. You've got to align with the chain of command. Now, strategy. Critical to Clearlake's approach is active through leadership in portfolio companies' strategies. Before even closing an investment, this is very important, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm about to read out to you guys. Before even closing an investment, Clearlake professionals begin contemplating the investment's exit as a critical factor in the investment thesis. So when people say, "Oh no, they're stuck here for 10 years," they've already worked out their exit strategy, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be fooled about this 10-year nonsense that you hear. They can leave anytime they want to because they know exactly how to leave this investment. If they need to leave, which in this case, the protest is coming up, the match going fans are protesting to get rid of Blueco. It's up to them if they want to leave or not. But if they really wanted to, for argument's sake, because of brand reputation being damaged, so on and so forth, if they wanted to leave, they can leave because they've already thought about that exit strategy before even entering into the investment of buying Chelsea Football Club. People need to understand that. Clearlake has deployed strategies including buy and build, corporate carve-outs, turnarounds, and family and entrepreneur business transitions. Post-closing, Clearlake's investment teams will partner with executive council member and management to refine these overarching strategies into detailed plans to be implemented over the life of the investment. Through OPS, Clearlake relentlessly executes upon its investment thesis to implement change post-investment by leveraging its sector-specific experience, OPS framework, to drive value at its portfolio companies. Once an investment is made, the Clearlake team, together with portfolio company management, strives to continue refining its understanding of the business, including detailed product roadmap reviews, sales pipeline, and backlog analysis, operating expense budget construction, working capital and cash flow management, accounting methodologies, human resources and compensation matters, and information technology issues, among other items, in order to formulate and implement value enhancement strategies. It's all about creating value with Chelsea Football Club. How can they create value enhancement? You know, when we see all of this news about this mentality monster coming to Chelsea Football Club, this individual from rugby, these are not by chance, these are by design. They feel that by bringing all of these, human resources outside, they feel that they're adding value and enhancing their strategies at Chelsea Football Club. They feel bringing these sort of people and bettering the management will then enhance Chelsea Football Club. This is how they run. This is what they do. Everything they have done at Chelsea Football Club is no different to how they run their businesses. So then, ladies and gentlemen, it poses the question, why football? Seems like what you're doing at other sectors, consumer sector, industrial sector, technological sector, seems like you're doing really well. Seems like you're investing well. Seems like you're able to go out there and buy these opportunities for low amount of money and then blossom them into really, really fine businesses and then selling them off. Why football? And I guess the answer is right there. They see a lot of opportunities with Chelsea Football Club. Smack bang in London. The real estate itself is very valuable. They did think that maybe they could have built a stadium and that would have generated more income. They probably even think that maybe they can, Americanize this sport a little bit more, where they can produce halftime shows, they can produce all-star games that can generate a lot of income. on any given day. Player trades, constant player trades. Tours to USA. Having this multi-club model with Strasbourg, buying them for cheap. Having all of that all across the world, buying players for cheap and potentially growing their value and selling. They see all of these opportunities, whether they can make a lot of money, where they can monetize every sector of this business. And through all of these, ladies and gentlemen, the key factor is not about really winning. It's all about investment. It's all about making sure wherever you put your money, that it's returning. The return on investment is a lot higher. Now, check some of these other information on Google. These are literally readily available for everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Clearlake Capital, they own about 60% of Chelsea Football Club. It's believed that Clearlake Capital has more than 80 billion. We saw from their website, it's about 90 billion plus. These are some of the companies that they that are in their asset management. Blackbird, Blackline, Ford Air Corporation, and many more. Baghdad Iqbali is an Iranian-American billionaire, businessman, co-founder, and managing partner of the investment firm Clearlake. According to Forbes, Iqbali had a net worth of US 3.8 billion as of January, and the other one is Feliciano. So both Iqbali and Feliciano, they're the ones who've co-founded Clearlake Capital. Clearlake Capital Group preview. Clearlake Capital Group is an investment firm founded in 2006 by Jose Feliciano and Baghdad Iqbali. It is active in private equity, credit, and other related strategies, and had a mandate to invest in both private and public transactions across the capital structure. The firm's investment approach is centered around making controlled investment across buyouts, corporate divestitures, recapitalization, and reorganization. It has the ability to take advantage of market dislocations, out of favor industries and companies across different phases of economic cycle while improving operation and creating value. Clearlake is headquartered in so on and so forth. So it's all about finding opportunities in the market and then taking advantage of that and really revamping that to increase the value. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, this article from Financial Review when Chelsea was bought. I'm not going to go through the entire article, but you check it out yourself. Financial Review, the little-known buyout firm behind the 7.4 billion Chelsea deal. I just want to go through some extracts from this. One of the things that caught my eye from this article, and it goes like this. It targets specialized but highly profitable companies. So this is Clearlake. Clearlake targets specialized but highly profitable companies in consumer goods, industrial, and tech sectors that grows through debt finance acquisitions. It also employs outside operational experts to advise on strategies to bolster profits. So all of these different personnel that we have at Chelsea Football Club, it's not by coincidence. This is their model. They hire people from outside to grow the strategies, grow the business, bolster profits. It has struck more than 100 acquisitions since the beginning of 2020, including half a dozen takeovers of publicly traded companies, according to this data source. In its 2014 acquisition of telecom services company Converge One for under US 100 million was grown by a handful of acquisitions before the business was taken public and sold to buyout firm CVC Capital Partners for US 1.8 billion. Something they bought for 100 million, they were able to sell for 1.8 billion, ladies and gentlemen. The deal made Clearlake a tenfold return after accounting for more than US 700 million in debt the company took on to make acquisitions. Clearlake's most successful deal was its US 180 million carve out of healthcare software company Provation from conglomerate Walters Kluwer in 2018. After striking 4 acquisitions, Clearlake sold the business to 40th last December for US 1.43 billion. Something they bought for 180 million, they were able to sell for 1.43 billion. Because Clearlake financed this purchase using debt, it made more than 20 times its money. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what Clearlake's all about. They're not here for any footballing glory. They're here purely for investments, purely for looking for opportunities. Now you have to ask yourself the question, are they the owners that we need? Are they the owners that are going to bring success in terms of trophies for us? Ask yourself the question. For me, it's clear. It's clear. Clearlake is clear. Winning trophies is not in their remit, ladies and gentlemen. It's not something they think about. They simply think about how this investment of Chelsea Football Club, they can basically double their money, triple their money, quadruple their money. That is the only thing they're thinking about. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything. Comment below how you found this video. Anything that you want to raise, smash up the like button if you enjoyed it. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, everyone. Take care. See ya. Goodbye.